What's up, YouTube? It's your boy JB, shot by JB on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Go ahead and please do me a favor. Drop down below, hit the drop down below, hit the subscribe. I can't talk today. Drop down below and hit the subscribe button. And go on all of my social medias and go ahead and hit a follow on this channel. We do photography reviews, images. I post promotional videos, little short cinematic clips, anything camera photography related. Maybe vlogging a little bit soon, so stay tuned for that as well. But in today's video, I will be teaching you guys how to change the background of an image. So on the screen right now, you do see an image of a model that I shot a couple weeks ago on a plain white background. Today, the plan is to change this background to, let's say, yellow. She's wearing yellow. Look, we're going to change it yellow. So I'm going to show you the steps that I take to go ahead and change the background. And hopefully this helps one of you guys out with trying to change the background on Photoshop. So let's hop right into the video. First and foremost, what I am going to do is I'm going to move myself right about there, so that way you guys can see everything that we got going on. All right. First step, number one, is what you want to do is you want to select the background. How do I select the background? I'm going to show you right now. So first thing I do is I go right up here and I go ahead and click my magic wand tool. On this magic wand tool, I just go ahead and boom, click the background. I do keep the tolerance around 32. You can decrease or increase it depending on how much you want it to cover. The higher you go, the more white it will pick up. The lower you go, the less it will pick up. So as you can see, what I did is I selected it, but it didn't select everything. So to add to that selection, you just hold down to the shift key and you click on these open areas that wasn't selected that you may want selected given the image that you have up. I will be rushing through it, so I'm not gonna fine tune and perfect this because this is for an example purpose. But I did go through and just selected all the areas that of white of the background that I wanted selected. But as you can see, if I zoom in a little bit, you can see that it did pick up some of her outfit, and it didn't pick up some of a tear in the background that unfortunately was there when I was shooting. But in order to capture all these, I go right back up and click my quick selection tool. Once you click the quick selection tool, zoom in a little bit and hit the minus, which is already selected, and then you could remove some of these areas that you did not want in your image. Just go through really quickly. I'm gonna do really quick. Like I said, this is for example purposes, so I'm not gonna go ahead and perfect everything how I would normally do if I was going to return this to a client. So for this image, I will be going back and cleaning it up. For this area right here, you could either hold the shift key and select it to add it, or you could go up here and click the plus. I like to use shortcuts, makes everything simpler. So I go ahead and just add these areas right here. Once you go ahead and do that, you want to go up to, let's close this. You do want to go up to your selection tab and click inverse. The reason why you want to click inverse is because you want to select your model or subject in the image, not the background. So you want to get a nice selection of the person so that you could remove them from the background. That's why we go ahead and inverse it. And as they're inverse and we have the person selected, one of the things that a lot of people forget to do is to get these edges in between the hair. I'm pointing at the screen like you guys can see it, but in between the hair you do have some background that you want to select. So in order to select those, you want to go up to your select and mask tab, and once you click that, you can see it masks out what was selected, which it removes the subject from the background, and from this point you could fine tune and select these small pieces in between the hair that we weren't able to 100% select. So first and foremost, when it goes to views, you want to put it on a black background or any background that you see fit. I prefer and suggest using black because that way you know what's grayed out and what's not. And then you want to go over to your refine edge tool or click R. And from this point, you want to zoom in to the hair. And you can see it's a lot. And you want to select inside the hair and then pass through these edges and select them. And as you can see, it's all getting grayed out. So click and select in between the hair to make it part of your selections. And you want to just do that throughout the edges, anywhere you feel like was missed, and pick those up. Now this selection, fine edge selection, I do like to use this just for the hair. But as you can see, there are other areas in the photo which aren't selected, like this area right here, and this area right here, and this area right here. But I will show you towards the end how to actually get those areas, instead of, because they're not like a fine edge, they're kind of in between the image. I'll show you at the end how you can actually select those to make it match the background. Once you get all that selected in between the hair, you want to go ahead and click OK. Click OK. Now you have a more refined selection of the object or subject of the photograph. From this point, you want to go ahead and go down here and mask all that out. So now you just remove the whole background. You just remove the subject from the background, and now you just have the subject with a transparent background. That's how you remove the current background from the image. Next step from here, you want to go up to where it says edit. Go down, oh I'm sorry, you want to go to layer. Click the layer tab. Go down to new fill layer and select solid color. You can go ahead and rename it. I'm gonna leave it the same just for example purposes, and this is going to be the only layer, so there won't be any confusion. But once you click a new solid layer and click OK, from this point you could go ahead and select which color you would like. I believe we decided yellow at the beginning of the video, so we're gonna go click yellow. Any shade of yellow will be fine, and then click OK. Now you just have a solid background. Your subject or model disappeared. How do we get them back? You just want to simply move this fill layer underneath the layer 0 that you had with your subject, and now you can see that the background is changed. You can go ahead and stop here. Your background is changed. You did accomplish a task, but you want to make it a little, what I like to do is make it a little bit more dynamic. So we're gonna go a little bit of an extra mile and do some vignetting of this background. And how do we do that? From this point, you want to go ahead and select your hue and saturation, and dial down your lightness and your saturation just slightly, whichever you feel is more comfortable, and you'll know based off your image which one works for you and your style and what you're trying to accomplish. Once you go ahead and do that, you want to close this out and head down and choose your elliptical marquee tool, which I'm kinda, let me move myself again so you guys can see, which is going to be right down here. Elliptical marquee tool, select that and go ahead and make a elliptical around your subject. You can make it as big as you want, as small as you want, but let's make it fairly decent size and move it to be around your subject. That's a pretty decent size. From this point, you want to go up to your edit tab and select fill and select black normal 100% opacity, and then go ahead and click OK. Now once you do that, you do see that the original yellow before the hue and saturation appeared is now present, and you have a darker outer of that yellow where that hue and saturation is affected. Now you want to go ahead and deselect, and now it just looks like a spotlight. So now what you want to go ahead and do to smooth out these harsh lines on the separation between colors, you want to go up to your filter, go up to blur, Gaussian blur, and I already have it set, but you want to go pretty high to really fade out those edges. Right now I'm at 694.3, and then click OK. So and click OK. Okay, it's thinking. And now you have a more gradient background, a little bit more dynamic, that brings a little bit more character to your image. And like I said, almost forgot, these little fine edges that you have where the background is not picked up, what you can do to get all this is go back to your original top layer, layer 0. Make sure black is selected for your brush color. Go to brush, and then you could go ahead and actually paint inside of this. Like I said, I'm doing a rush job just to show you, but you could go ahead and do that, or let's undo that. You can select it with your magic wand, go to brush, and now you could brush to have a more refined paint, so you're not painting on the subject. And you could go ahead and do this for all these little small edges, which I may go back and do, and fill this up. Go to brush and paint in these unfilled places. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, but you guys definitely do get the idea and see how your background is go ahead and change to a different color. Alright, if this was helpful, please drop a comment down below, hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We are here to teach, to learn. I'm dropping videos. I'm trying to be as consistent as dropping videos, content for you guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know if this was helpful. Hey, DM me on my social medias and show me some of your images that you changed the background and how you approach this, because this is just one of many ways to do it. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. All right.